10 shocking WWE moments kids should never watch. You might not admit it, but you were probably shocked to hear that everything in WWE wasn't real. Oh, the good old days. While the organization has managed to stay relevant through the years, it seems that their gimmicks are getting more and more inappropriate to the majority of their audiences. Yes, we're talking about kids. Here are 10 shocking WWE moments kids should never watch. Michael Cole got Heidenreicht. In a WWE skit back in 2004, former WWE superstar Heidenreich suddenly attacked Michael Cole, another wrestler, and dragged him backstage. To everyone's surprise, Cole was featured on screen as he was pressed up to a wall, while Heidenreich was breathing heavily. Vince McMahon thought it was a great show, but all it did was leave kids scarred for life. Eddie Guerrero's death match. Eddie Guerrero is probably considered as one of the legends in WWE. On the other hand, there was this one horrifying match he did with JBL, where he got hit for real. The chair shot he took cut an artery on his head, which led him to bleed all over the place. As a true professional, he never left the match, but it was definitely too horrifying to watch even for mature audiences. The Undertaker's Ritual. Dennis Knight, formerly known in WWE as Phineas Godwin, were abducted by the Undertaker's acolytes in a WWE show. If you were a fan of The Undertaker, you must have seen the odd rituals he did on stage before and after wrestling matches. In this ritual, however, he took it further by slitting his own wrist and making Dennis drink his blood. Before the scene ended, The Undertaker even carved a symbol on Knight's chest using his knife. Bark like a dog. This is probably one of the most inappropriate and sexist moments involving Vince McMahon. In this scene, Vince tried to humiliate Trish Stratus by making her stand on all fours and bark like a dog. If this wasn't enough, he managed to have her stripped naked while the announcers forced her to respond. While some might have enjoyed this poor excuse for entertainment, many fans felt uncomfortable watching it. Live sex celebration. It's funny how WWE can go so far when it comes to segments. In fact, they had Lita and Edge somehow do it on stage in front of their fans. After their first WWE World Championship victory, they decided to celebrate the victory in the best way possible. While in the middle of their passionate scene, Lita had her breast exposed. Pillman's got a new gun. The USA Network went nuts when this segment went on the air. It featured Brian Pillman displaying his new gun and making threats to his former tag team partner, Steve Austin. The infamous gun incident was so real thanks to Pillman's performance, but the USA Network made it clear that similar themes would cause the show's full cancellation. Big Boss Man hanged. This is another shocking WWE moment that involves The Undertaker. This is when he hanged Big Boss Man after winning the match. The struggle was real for Big Boss Man as he tried to get free. Then, the lights slowly faded to black. The scene was deemed so shocking that it was edited in DVD releases and TV re-airs. Burned alive. Kane wasn't feeling well about his status in WWE. Somehow, he always finds a way to get beaten by his peers and ridiculed in front of wrestling fans. Jim Ross, on the other hand, thought about consoling the wrestler backstage after a match that he most probably lost. In response, Kane doused Ross with gasoline and set him on fire, a well-coordinated disaster. The Boogeyman does his deed. Of all the wrestling characters in WWE, the Boogeyman is probably one of the most disgusting to look at. On appearance alone, he gets ahead of The Undertaker as the most frightening in the business. He often gets into a scene while being hanged upside down, and worms and slime coming out of his mouth is a common sight. Kane's necrophilia. You heard that right. The WWE even featured necrophilia in one of its skits. Kane was presented as a disturbingly weird guy in the organization, but nobody expected that they're going further by setting this scene in front of thousands of WWE fans. After Katie Vick, a part of Kane's one-sided love affair, died in a car accident, her poor body was violated by Kane, which was done on her own casket. Do you know any other inappropriate WWE scenes that kids should never watch? Please let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.